Oh man, I had to end me live there, sorry about that. Oh, oh. Fuck's sake. Yeah. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, good. Morning. Salam alaikum. Saba. Salam alaikum. Tika. Good morning, brother. I'm waiting for my phone to charge up so I can play some tunes. My fucking hand is destroyed, it is, look. When you do it that way, you can see more. Bottle of water. Brother, I'm not a massive water fan. I drink a lot of tea. Anyway, anybody got any plans for Friday? What yous all doing? Just give me a second. No. Well, have a good time. As long as you're 18 and you're, you know, this channel's for over 18s. Bro, can you do me a favour? Don't put Palestine flags in this chat room, right? Do not put any Palestine flags in here or I'll remove you. Free Ireland, fuck Palestine. How about that? Charity begins at home. You know, I can't understand all this. You know. But anyway, I hope you all enjoys that fucking weekend. Yeah, free George Floyd. Good man. Black lives matter, white lives matter, all lives matter. Tika. Okay, voila! Told you, I've no interest in Palestine. How about Free Ireland? Charity begins at home. Listen, I empathise and sympathise with the people of Palestine, but that's got nothing to do with me. You know, look what's happening in Ireland. Free Ireland. You know. Can you hear me now? Bonjour. We. Has everybody woke up in a fucking mood this morning? Like, okay, I'm Irish, so it's like the Irish people. Right, I'll put it another way. Ireland is turned into a vagina. How about that? Me, I don't smoke. What are you on about? Me? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm waiting for my phone to charge up. Depending on your philosophy. When you say trees, do you mean the ones that grow on ground? Or do you mean children? Your children are like trees, and they grow every day, yeah? You know, I've a mad life. My son, my eldest son, is 32 this year. My other son is 2. So there's a 30-year gap. That's mad, isn't it? Vaping is bad. Here, crossing the road is bad. Drink driving is bad. It's my channel. If you don't like it, you can take a fucking magic carpet to paradise. You know, inshallah, you make your fucking journey, brother. How about that? Fuck did he? Listen, I don't know what you're all being hostile for. Can you give me a fucking break today, please? Honestly. You know, if you aren't sub to Ricky's channel, can you do it? Alright then, tell you what, I'll stop, right? Okay. You made me do this. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to remove anybody, but you're getting on me fucking wick. I'm trying to get me phone up. I know, yeah. I'm well gay. I like wearing pink and I like drinking from pink cups. I used to like drinking from pink muffs. But I changed it to puffs. Fuck's sake. Give me a second, let me get some music. I'm not into pink. Me brother, yeah, I'm drinking a pink cup. Anyway, it's Friday. Good morning. Thanks for coming in. I hope you have a good weekend with your families. You ready? Friday vibe, yeah? Since I've been with you, ooh. Morning, Matty. Hello, Mr. G. Morning, Stephen. Hopefully. I don't know. I'm hoping so. Whoa. Yo, hold up, I'm at the studio. Ain't get it all the week. I was locked up at Christmas. Didn't get to see my neighbors. Ain't get to call my mama. Couldn't even give her no kisses. Morning, Max. Might probably say that I'm tripping. I'm all alone in my kid. I still like getting into my feelings. And all I smoke is that out. Don't pass me no midget. And I'ma smoke all of my pain away. That's the only thing that gon' heal it. I don't understand you women that go around pretending as if they really fuck with me. So I love them all from a distance. Cause the same bitch say she down to ride. Be the main one who tricking. Got my limits with promethazine. Cause every time I wake up in the morning, I got murder on my mind. AK-47, Mac 11, Glocks and 9. And all these pussy niggas hating, trying to knock me off my grind. But I can't let them do it. I got murder on my mind, bitch. I got murder on my mind. Bitch, I got murder on my mind. 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 Yellow tape around his body, it's a triple homicide. Didn't even mean to shoot him, he just caught me by surprise. I reloaded my pistol, cocked it back and shot him twice. Blood up on my shirt. Wake up in the morning, I got murder on my mind. AK-47, Mac 11, Glocks and 9s,
And all these pussy niggas hating, trying to knock me off my grind. But I can't let them do it, I got murder on my mind.
bitch, I got murder on my mind. I got murder on my mind. I got murder on my mind.
I got murder on my mind. I got murder on my mind. I got murder on my mind. I don't turn that shit, bitch, I'm an animal. Melly's a savage, no, he not no amateur. Family's an introvert.
Free the lads, yeah.
I'm a murderer. I might just kill him, but don't wanna kick him, but make him up, say you
Whoa.
I'm bleeding so red, I might dip his ass in it and spill the boy. Murder on my mind. Oh, I got murder on my mind. I got murder on my mind. I got murder on my mind. Wake up in the morning, I got murder on my mind.
AK-47, Mac 11, Glocks and 9s.
And all these pussy niggas hating, trying to knock me off my grind. But I can't let them do it, I got murder on my mind, bitch, I got murder on my mind.
Anyway, I hope you all have a good weekend. I won't be here. I'm going to me mass for the weekend. I'm going to have a talk with me brothers about rehab and me children. I'm not looking forward to this conversation. I'm fucking terrified I am to talk to me kids about it, but I have to. I've never been to Germany. I never thought I'd go to Germany, but I might have to go for 90 days. You know, 90 days means if I can go 90 days without a joint, I'll stop smoking altogether. This is on me, you know, because of my life choices. I was a heroin addict. I was a cocaine addict. I was a crack cocaine addict. And I've made loads of mistakes. In the last 15 months, I've provided 6 negative urine samples. No cocaine. No ecstasy. No Xanax, no oxys, nothing. Just what I'm prescribed. I'll be honest with you. I've shot a couple of people allegedly when I was a drug addict, okay? Now, if I wasn't a drug addict, maybe I wouldn't have the courage to pull that trigger, but know this, some fella robbed me. It'd never happen in that way. He fucking robbed me and put an injection to me neck and terrified me. And I couldn't leave me house for the whole day. I couldn't leave. Bro, I've been watching McGregor's training and fucking come on McGregor and Jorge Masvidal. Bro, I know what I'm like. Every day I wake up, I smoke weed and what have you. And bro, I'm sick of it. You know, if I'm any part, it doesn't matter where I am in Europe, I'll always find someone to get weed off, right? It's like, but bro, if I go to Germany to do this, that means I'm away from my little boy, you know. But at the end of the day, if I don't do this, my son won't have a father. Do you understand? Because they're killing me, bro. The meds are killing me. You know, and I'm fucking terrified. Like, all my mates used to say, see Jude, he's made different. He doesn't give a bollocks. He can turn a switch and go from Willy Wonka to fucking Dracula in seconds. You know, all my mates will tell you, listen, I could fight when I was growing up. I wasn't a sausage. Here, show me your right hand. I'll tell you now whether you've had fights in your life, yeah? I've smashed that. Here, look at that. Right? Down there, yeah? Look at the back of it. See under here? I've a big fuck off chunk taken out of there as well. You won't be able to see it, but believe me, it's fucking there. That's smashed to bits. Me right knee is smashed to bits. I've no need elevating, boom, up. I can't even when I try. You know, it's easier for me to kick 6 foot than 3 foot. Because I can't extend my leg anymore. You know, I'm 52. Your body doesn't heal anymore once you get past 49. You know, and I'm terrified that I don't have the energy to do this detox. You know, I wish I never took them, but I'm on nerve pain. I'm on pregabalin for nerve pain. I got shot in me fucking leg. You know, I've had a lot of fucking trauma. You know, I've not looked after me body, and because of that, there's repercussions for that. And maybe it's come too late for me. But it's not too late for some of yous. You know, I'm 52 this year. Yous have a chance. If you're struggling with addiction here, if you can't talk to anybody, talk to somebody. Even if you have to reach out to me, I might not reach out to you straight away, but because I'm trying to help a few different channels. Do you understand? And it's like I'm a fucking granddad. I'm getting tired. You know, I'm 52 in August and I'm slowing down. And it's scary to know you're past your prime. You know, I'm old now, but I don't take chances with people. I'm not a civilian. You know, I'll crack your head open like a fucking egg and walk off and go have breakfast. You know, you did it. I don't start trouble with people. I have a sausage from Fallowfield, yeah? Calling me names, always saying, yeah, I'm in open shore, come over now, you muppet. Every time you've told me I've come, I've made an excuse to get out of the house, love, and going for milk. I sent you me location the other day, I pinged you where I was, and you were with your mate and your board. Why didn't you walk over? You know, yeah, you know there's cameras all over that place, so I wouldn't touch you. But I'll tell you one thing, I'd let you punch me in the face. That way then I can mangle you for hitting me. You put your hands on me first here. I'll show you what I learned since I was a child. You know, I had proper discipline as a kid. My dad smashed that twice. A few of me mates smashed that up here. It's like I smashed them. I did that. But I walked away from that life. You know, when you're in that life, there's certain things you might have to do. And if you don't do it, someone else is going to do it. And you're going to get in trouble for losing your balls. Anyway, shout out to Ireland. Give me a second. Jude MacDonald is that I'm dumb, good a meal, mahagut, in you come. Chucky Arla, Erin Gabra, Oglin Erin. The end of August, bro. I'm 52. I shared a birthday with Michael Jackson.
When boyhood's fire was in my blood, I read of ancient freemen of Greece and Rome who bravely stood 300
Men of Freeland.
and then I prayed I yet might see our fetters rent in twain, and Ireland long a province be a nation once again, a nation once again, a nation once again, and Ireland long a province be
How are you, Steve, in English? Hey, are you from the Shankill, are you? Chucky Arla. Down your veil, buckle. See the fuck she is. Pipe down. Stand fucking down as you wear, soldier. Okay, shout out to Scotland. Anyway, we're going, you know. I prefer the Premier League, bro. My kids are English, bro. I'm from Ireland, but I come to the UK and my children are English, 3 of them. I don't hate English people, bro. I used to, and then I educated myself. I don't hate anyone. Hatred is too big a power to give away to anybody. Shout out to Rangers. Thanks for coming in. A 90-minute bigger, I fucking love it. Hashtag that shit. And if you're not subbed to Steve English 7198, he's a Rangers fan. Go over and sub to him. Good morning. I'm back at me missus's. But I'm going to me ma's this afternoon. Oh, fuck's sake. I want to play a song for somebody instead of playing all this crazy music. I want to play a song for a family member. Anyway, it's Friday. Good morning. I hope you are well. No, I'm going back this afternoon when my lad gets off play school to give the missus a break, you know. I need to have a talk with the boys, bro. I'm thinking of going into rehab, Trevor. And I'm fucking terrified. 90 days in Germany. Some people don't understand it. I don't even think me missus is gonna understand it, but I'm doing this, because if I don't, I won't be here in 3 years, bro. I have to do it.
Honey, it talks, but it don't sing and dance and it don't.
Bro, I used to love taking drugs. I know that's not a very clever statement to make, but I'm not lying, I'm just being honest. I love taking drugs. I used to love it. Until I didn't anymore. I was in a hostel. I was offered a line of powder cocaine. And I snorted it and I collapsed. I had an aneurysm on me right side. Sometimes I talk out of this side of me mouth. I was very lucky. Look what the stroke did to me there, Trevor. You know. So me doctor told me, I'm 1 in 1,000. I said, what do you mean by that? He said, see you should have been paralysed on your left side. I woke up with blood in me nose and me mouth, bro. I never snorted cocaine after that, but I smoked loads of it. And it made me mental health well worse, and I confided in somebody on this community about what I used to do, and he went behind me back. Sent me missus loads of messages saying that I was smoking shit in my own house where my son is. So I went and I did a piss test. I'm not having anybody say that shit. Hey, I bet you won't piss in the bottle until you come with receipts with me. Keep your mouth fucking shut, yeah? But I'm terrified. I am fucking terrified.
Long as I can have you here with me, I'd much rather be forever in blue jeans. Honey, sweet, but it ain't nothing next to baby's treat. And if you pardon me, I'd like to say,
I'm not the gay. 3 baby mothers, yay. Women like bad boys, allegedly. I've been so naughty. I need to fucking sort me mush out. All alone, you and I.
nothing around but the sound of my heart and your sighs.
So, I'm going to talk to Mark and Alex about it today. Like I said, going to Germany. I never seen this in the cards. Now, I'm not saying that's what's going to happen, but the only way for me to have a chance is to go to this particular person in Germany that runs a shelter for ex-addicts, people in recovery who are trying to come off controlled drugs like me. You know, I wish I never took drugs, and I swear that on my son. My son at the moment is the most important thing in my life. Do you understand? And it's like I was looking at his little hands the other day and I started crying. I got upset, I'm not lying. You know, I was looking at his little hands and I just got upset. And I was thinking, gee, would do for him. But I don't know whether I have the strength. Me body's breaking down, it's not healing like it used to do. Me sleep is so erratic. And I think my mental health and me addiction, me past addictions, and I think it's having a massive effect on me missus. And I don't think it's fair on her. So I'm gonna remove myself from here. me mental health's getting worse, and I think I'm making hers worse as well, and that doesn't make me feel good, you know. So I've had to challenge myself. I'm ready. I'm as ready. I should have done this 10 years ago, but I decided not to because of the pain I'm in on a daily basis. You know, I've got degenerative disc disease. The discs in me back, all the gel is starting to absorb. So every time I'm walking, it's like that. But I've built up a pain threshold, you know what I mean? But I watched the video about pregabalin the other day and I was crying watching it. It's like I have a Grim Reaper on me back, you know. And I'm not going to lie, it's probably going to be the biggest thing I've ever did. You know, and I'm afraid. And I'm not afraid to admit that. I'm fucking terrified. I'm petrified. Do you think I want to go to Germany for 90 days? But if I don't go somewhere, it's like, this is going to beat me in the end. It's already winning. It's already taken so much from me. So, we'll see what God's got in store for us. I'll bring me Bible. And if I do go, I'll bring yous all to Dusseldorf with me. Guten Abend. It is fine, sun shines most of the time.
And the feeling is laid back. Palm trees grow and rents are low, but you know, keep thinking about it.
I don't know, Trevor, it's like, I watched the video the other day about it and it just fucking, I was like, what am I gonna do? You know, like a lot of people that go into rehab, like it's a necessity, but I'm afraid, you know, because I know what I have to go through in order to, you know what I mean, but I'm prescribed them for nerve pain.
Well, I'm New York City born and raised. Nowadays I'm lost between.
So I don't know what to do. Like Ian went to Germany because, I'll put it to you another way, I have a friend, okay, that, oh thank you, I have a friend that made bad decisions like me when he was younger, and because of the decisions he made, he was shot, and then he got shot again, and then he got shot again. So the moral of this story, my friend Ian Gibbons allegedly was shot 3 times, right? In the back, in the backside, in the stomach, in the legs, on 3 different occasions. So what happened to him when he went to hospital? When he was shot, one of the times he was shot with a shotgun, right? But he was standing side on and it hit him. And he was in hospital for a few weeks. So whilst in hospital, they prescribed him painkillers, right? Now, he didn't know nothing about Oxycontin. He didn't know anything about them. But because the hospital prescribed them, when he got out of hospital, he didn't have Oxycontin. So he had to go to his doctors. And his doctor had to prescribe. But what he did not realise, that pain medication, he was going to become immune to it. He was going to build up a tolerance for Oxycontin, and he didn't even know. And he went to Germany last year for 90 days. No smoking weed, none of that shit. I mean a full cleansing of your body for 90 days. The first 21 days is meant to be the worst. you go to the toilet on yourself and all. You know, they give you certain meds that make you go to the toilet and it comes out of you. You know, I think Gibbo had to wear a joint nappy and all. I'm not joking you, they put him on this fucking thing that took all the badness out of us. But I'm 51. You know, like, I wanted to have this done many years ago, but I didn't have the courage to do it. And I had other things going on with me in my life. Do you understand? Baby, fucking missus, you know, all that. And it's like you tend to forget about yourself. And I was always meant to do this. And if I don't do it, I know that it's going to lead to major complications further on down the line for me. You know, I've researched it. Listen, when I was younger, you know, as a punishment, see my dad was a geek. He liked reading books, okay? And as a punishment, when I was naughty and I was grounded, I had to read a book. And you know what? He'd ask me questions about the book. My dad wanted me to have a career. He didn't want me to be a street corner little runt. You know, my dad worked all his life. You know, some of my uncles in my family never worked a day in their life. You know, it's like the only two people that ever fucking really did was my Uncle James and my Uncle Christy. You know, my Uncle Christy gave his life for his country. He went to Lebanon in the 80s, I think. In 1979, 1980, he went over to Lebanon. Convoys of aid weren't getting through and loads of people were getting shot dead by militia. You know, fucking like terrorist organisations. It's like, so the UN sent over a peacekeeping force and they went over there to keep the peace and make sure that there's no interference with convoys transport. Okay? So they sent a few Irish lads over there to help. Not a shot was fired. You know, and I remember growing up with my nannies as a kid, and after the fire, myself and my dad lived in my granny's house in Bluebell, right? My granny's flat, and then my ma got a flat a couple of years later in the next block. But I was very close to my nanny as a kid, and I was very close to my Uncle Christy because he lived in my nanny's, and he taught me things that my dad didn't teach me. You know, like, me uncle taught me 3 things, I'll tell you. Right. He taught me never to point a gun at someone unless you're going to shoot them. Okay? Never point a weapon at anybody unless it's warranted. You know, one day you'll be a good soldier and I'm going to teach you how to shoot. Now, my uncle had a real weapon and he had a pretend one, and so had his friends. And I remember my uncle and our friends getting drunk, talking about, and I'll be honest with you, some of the things that I heard them talk about were man stuff, you know. I remember my uncle one night going on to a ramble about his friend Derek Smallhorn, and at the time his missus was there, my granny was there, my granny was holding him, and like I said, this guy had been away at a war. He was a soldier, but he cried like a baby in me nanny's arms. You know what my granny said? Me uncle never come back from the war. You know, half of them was still over there. He seen children blown to pieces. He seen fucking babies blown to bits and thrown into blankets and fucked into the back of a fucking transit van or a Hi-Ace or a pickup truck. Imagine that. You know, he went over there to help them people. Yes, love. Off mute. Look at that for Tom, look. That's for me little man when he gets in, you know. Right, you grab that. I'll be in 15 minutes, but. Alright. So, just got me a sausage roll. But, I learned a few things by my uncle when I was a kid. I learned how to ride a bike. He learned me how to shoot. 100 yards. I was good. You know, I wanted to be what my uncle was. I wanted to be a soldier. As a kid, my hero was my uncle's, not me dad. I'll be honest with you, my hero was my mother's eldest brother, my Uncle James. Like, he was a proper man. Do you understand? And it's like a proper good brother. And my mother and my uncle had a brother-sister relationship, you know. And it's like when my little brother and sister died, I had a big effect on my family, okay? I had a massive... It's like me uncle's basically their arm around me mum, cause can you imagine losing 2 kids in a fire? You know, and most of my life I blamed myself. Now, unless you're in that situation, you'll never understand it. They used to come to me on fire, telling me to open the door, and every time I tried to open the handle, I get blown onto the balcony a couple of feet. Like, cause as soon as I opened that door, God was with me that day, like, but what kind of God does that in order for you to learn? You know, God took away something from me as a kid. You know, I was having horrendous night terrors at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up into my adulthood. Because I did that one day when my ma went for nappies, and within an hour, my brother was dead. And you know the mad thing? Do you know what I found out 2 years ago? Me little sister survived for 6 hours. She fought with her life for 6 hours in the hospital. Me dad got a phone call at work to say, here, there's been a fire in your home, go home. How are you, John? Trauma is horrendous. And it never goes away. Sorry. It never goes away. Like, I know a lot about mental health. I've had 93 psychiatric evaluations. Like I said, if you're new on my channel, I want you to picture something, right? Imagine when you're 4. Now, I want you to picture this, right? This is what happened. I heard the door close. I woke up. We lived in Fatima Mansions, 4th balcony, end house, bars on the window. Me ma went downstairs to get nappies in the shop van, and I woke up. I was 4. Me little brother was 2.5, and me little sister was 7 months old. I go in the kitchen, find a box of matches, come in. For some reason, I got under the bed and lit a fucking match. The whole thing went up. By the time I crawled back underneath, I was on fire. The whole bed went up. Within 15 minutes, the whole place, you know, you couldn't get in. Me little brother and sister, I could hear them crying on the balcony. Loads of people were trying to get in, they couldn't get in. And then me mother ran down the balcony. I can hear me ma now. My kids are in there, Mommy. That's what she kept saying, Mommy, my kids are in there. Did it? I know about childhood trauma. I wanted to join the army. I wanted to do what my uncle did. I wanted to get saluted coming off a plane. I wanted me nanny to be there. I wanted me ma to be there. I wanted everyone to be there. But it didn't end that way. I fucked it up. You know, I had people that were good models around me and bad ones. Me nanny wanted me to join the military like me uncle. Both of them. And me granddad. But because of the decisions I made, I compromised that. There's no bigger honour representing your country on the battlefield. Irish soldiers are some of the best soldiers in the world. We're some of the best men. Man management. To be able to manage a brigade, a men. You understand? It's like I fucked that up. Me granny wanted me to go to the army. Me dad wanted me to work in an office. Bullets firing. What are you gonna pick? My father didn't want me to be like all my friends, sitting at a street corner. A lot of my mates or daddies didn't work. Whereas my dad worked all his life. You know. And I got that from him. You know, I've worked in Manchester for 20 years and I got sick. I ended up getting sectioned. I lost me life, me relationship, me dog, me freedom, me mind. And I tried to end my life twice and didn't. I survived it. You know, but God didn't want me. You know, I'm a volunteer and I volunteer my services on a daily basis because I believe I'm doing a good thing. I'm not doing it for money. You know, not a penny do I make on here. I don't even have a PayPal link. You know, not a cent did I make off YouTube. I did it because someone stole my channel, Fighting Back United. I stand on principle. Foxy stole my channel, and in all fairness, Foxy's not a bad fella. He just fucking shouldn't have fucking done what he did in front of me and then stealing my channel. You know, man, like I said, I've no issue with him. But I don't know whether if I bumped into him in the supermarket, whether I'd throw hands at him. You know, because at the start he helped me. I was just angry at him that he fucking ruined my channel, you know. And he did a lot for me. I don't hide anybody's goodness. And I'd like to shout out to the man who helped me get them. Thanks for that as well. I don't hide people's goodness, but if you say something about me that's not true, I'll do everything in my power to make you look stupid. I've had people accuse me of stealing shit on them. I've had people accuse me of burning a jersey that they sent to me. I've had people accuse me of still being on cocaine. And what did I do a few weeks ago? Pissed in a jar. Hello, Mr. Hint. Guys, I've got 5 minutes and I'm gonna fuck off, but I hope you all have a good day. I'm gonna take me little man down to his granny's for the weekend, because he has a big car down there to play in, and there's a big garden down there for him, you know, and he likes to run around, you know, like it's a main road here. You can't let him out, you understand? You need him to be in the garden. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take him down, you know. Me 2 brothers are there, but guys, can you do me a favour, right? You all know I put a lot of people's channels in the description, and a lot of the people's channels that are in the description are like-minded people like me. They're survivors of suicide. They're in recovery. They're in relapse. or they're back and forth. But look at here, I'm not here to judge people, you know. Like, who the fuck am I to judge? You know, it's people take drugs and drink a lot to block shit out. And a lot of people won't admit it. You've got big muscles, you're screaming on the internet, calling everybody out how tough you are, but you won't talk about your feelings. Listen, talking about shit helps. So they say, well, I can only talk about things that I know about, like complex PTSD. You know, I've had this since I was 5. You know, I see things in videos. Like, there's a lot of people on YouTube that have mental health illness, that have alcohol issues, that have drug issues, that are afraid to be themselves. You know, but in our community, I've always said this, networking is very important. Like, I've put a lot of people's channels together, you know, in my description. People like Finn, Francie, Pablo, Richard, Andrew, Pac-Man, Finn, me cousin, Top G, Mark Richardson, Stephen Moore, Matty, they're all in it. It's like, because it's the only way. Nobody cares about you on YouTube. Nobody gives a flying fuck. You know, I've proved that I care. I paused me channel's monetization. Now, if I was here for the money, would I be pausing it? Would I be not charging people membership fees? Look, many people I've helped. So let's say every channel I helped that become a member of my channel and was paying £2 a month. Like, I've never asked anybody for anything in return for helping that channel. None of them. You know, I always did this because I know a few people. Right, I'll be honest with you. We need more channels on here with people who are in recovery, relapse, redemption, people that have mental health issues like schizophrenia, psychosis, PTSD. I've got complex PTSD. I witnessed people do. I had a friend die in my arms when I was a 14-year-old. You know, I witnessed me brother and sister as a kid burning. I could hear them on the balcony screaming. You know, and by the time the fire brigade got there, they stopped screaming. You know, my little sister survived that fire, man, for 6 hours. It destroyed me mother. Me mother ended up being sectioned in Brendan's. You know, and most of my life, that was my reason. You have to identify the threat first before you can neutralise it. Well, Bob, thanks for that. I appreciate it. And guys, if you're not sub to Bob Alley, D71, that's a postcode. I'm getting on with it, bro. But I have a big decision to make. I'm fucking terrified. Well, shit happens, Mr. Google, you know. We live and we learn, and I'm not on my own, bro. There's loads of us that are surviving on a daily. We're coping, but we keep it in. I'm one of them that I don't talk about shit. I hold on to it sometimes, and then what happens is that you blow up. You know, there's this thing that everybody thinks that men were meant to be solid. It's the human condition. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't need validation. I know who I am. I know what I'm about. I'm not a tough guy, a hard man, or a fighting man. I don't look for fight. I have people call me all kinds of names, tell me they're going to do A, B, C, and D, and all this bullshit, and I'm only on here to help. Like, heed what I say. My channel was monetized and I paused it. And here, because I paused it, I went past my old channel 9 times. I didn't come for the money, honey. You know, but in a few weeks, I'm going to put up a link because I want to build a shed in my mother's garden. I'll show you later on where I want to build it. I just need to get the funds for it. Now, I could do super chats and all that easy. I could do StreamYard easy and get money, but I'm not doing it. You know, I'll sort it another way. You know, I'm a very proud man. I don't like asking people for anything. You know, out of the 57 channels in their circle, mine is the only one that was monetized that paused it. This is an independent channel. Listen, fair play to people if they make money on here, yeah? It's like, but this wasn't about money. This was about Foxy stroking me channel, and I had to make a new one. So I made STRAIGHTOUTTABALLYER. My old channel was on 560 subs. This channel is on nearly 5,000. But listen, I'm going to bounce. Thanks all for coming in. You'll see me in a little bit. Right? Bless.